Hello, in this video I'm going to basically just begin the speed run. As you can see, my rating is only 434. I wanted to begin from the basically the lowest skill, lowest ELO level I could just imagine, and this is what I have managed to do. I could not go any further than this. It was already just too painful, so I decided, okay, this is it. Now, I have done something like this in the past, but I did not finish it, and I was only playing 3-minute games. I think 3-minute games simply are not good enough in order to explain my thoughts, in order to just show you how I play. Okay, so 5-minute games, I definitely have more time, and also not only that, I will upload videos. Like in the video there will be only 1 or 2 games at most. In the previous videos I was basically uploading in the previous videos you could see me upload about I don't know, sometimes maybe even 3 or 4 games, and that is simply too much. So okay, now what's going on? First of all, I have already managed to get the very comfortable position, even though I'm not completely winning. As you can see, let's just go back like a couple of moves. D4, just normal stuff. Here he accepts the Queen's Gambit, and I managed to improve, develop my bishop, and also just increase my control over the center. And here he took my knight, which is a bad move simply because bishops are a little bit better than knights, and also he just wasted tempo. So we are here, this is the live game, and as you can see I already have a very comfortable position. Now there are many good moves here. The most obvious one is of course knight, but I also like queen f3 threatening mate. It's not actually mate, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, the king can run, but it cannot hide. You can run, but you cannot hide. Okay, I think queen f3 is actually not bad at all. It blocks my knight here, but my knight can always go to this square, so at the end of the day it's definitely not bad. And also I'm just much more ahead in the development, so I will be able to get away with decent move. Okay, now it's a mate in 1. It's a very obvious mistake, very common mistake at this level. The thing is that at this level players do not really pay attention to what you're doing. It's not like they are not trying. Of course they are trying, but they simply do not have experience. Like, if I just check out how many games has he played, just 100. It's not good enough. It's not enough games to simply have the expertise to not make blunders like this. They are at this level, their board vision is simply bad. Okay, it's not about openings, it's not about end games. There's nothing about it. The simple thing is that they just do not see quite well what's going on. So this was the first game. I might play one more. As I have already said, that sometimes I will upload I will upload a game, I will upload a video where you will actually see 2 games, when one of the games is actually very short, like this. Here, I mean, let's analyze very quickly, nothing to really talk about here. Accepting a Queen's Gambit is very decent, very nice way. There is nothing wrong with accepting Queen's Gambit. It's fine, you can play that. This move is also fine. Here I take the pawn, and this is already bad. You can see it goes from almost even to +2, simply because you are giving me the possibility to improve my pieces. First of all, my rook will be quite happy here, and not only that, you just wasted so much tempo. You have developed your bishop to simply trade it for a knight, which is never a good idea. So here probably the best move would be like this. I'm pretty sure that's fine. Yeah, I mean, e3, maybe even that. I mean, you can definitely play some decent moves there, but taking that is of course a bad idea. Here I'm this queen f3, it might even be the best move. Let's see. No, it's not the best move, but it's definitely a very good move. There is nothing wrong with it. It can be, of course, quite easily blocked, but even if it's blocked, it's fine. I mean, there is nothing wrong with this move because my opponent does not have a white squared bishop, so my queen cannot be even attacked quite easily. It takes so much time to attack my queen, which is quite safe here, so nothing wrong with queen f3 in this case. And here he just blundered the mate in one, and it's basically over. Okay, that was the first game. Let's play the second one, and we will start with d4. I mean, d4 is the move which I play almost exclusively. I always play d4. Of course, I'm able to play e4 at this level because I mean I can get away with playing e4, but I just love d4, so you will see lots of d4 from me. Okay, so this is a Queen's England Gambit, which is a decent opening. If you know what you're doing, you can get a really decent position. But if White knows how to refute England's Gambit, which is not really that hard, White will have a very good position. Okay, so this move already pretty good, nothing wrong with that. Now we're gonna improve our knight, defend the pawn, prepare bishop g5. Now seems like my opponent, even though he's only 600, you know, has some preparation, has some opening knowledge. Now taking here is fine, but I don't think that is actually the best move. I think now we should go ahead and play bishop g5, attack the queen, develop my bishop with tempo, and black now can block with a pawn. This is a very often played move, but it's actually not that good. So this is already, yeah, okay, knight, this seems quite reasonable. We cannot really do anything here. There is nothing. I mean, black played okay here. We can definitely take the pawn, or we can just improve my knight here, or play e3. Yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. Now, improving my knight is completely fine, but my pawn here will be kind of weak, will be underdeveloped. I want my pawn to actually be there. But on the other hand, I think it's fine, so we'll just go here. Now if takes, we will takes, and we will take the pawn in the end, and we will be more developed. Yes, I mean, in this position we will be more developed. We will have additional pawn, and we will be threatening a fork, so this is fine. There is, I mean, we are not winning yet. Of course, we are not winning yet, but this is already quite nice. Now, my opponent blundered here, but my opponent could have played pawn f6, which would be a fork, and then we would still go there and get that rook. But then maybe black should have tried to somehow trap my knight, but none of it really matters because my opponent simply blundered bishop. Now this is also a blunder which you're gonna meet quite often at this level, simply because they think about attack in the front, but they often forget that knight controls all of these squares. This is why knights do like to be centralized, because when the knight is in the center, you can see how many squares are actually controlled. It's so much. I mean, when you are an experienced player, it's fine, you see all of that stuff, but at the beginner level sometimes it's hard to actually realize all of that stuff. Now we can just get back and still attack that pawn, and yeah, I mean, threaten the fork. And yes, this happened. Now I think taking this can be a decent, reasonable option. Now my knight might get stuck there, I don't know, maybe it will not get stuck, I really do not know, I have not calculated that line. Yeah, I actually think we might get stuck. We might get stuck there, but it's fine, first of all, because we are still up so much material, but let's see how it goes. Now I want to improve my bishop. Yep, let's improve my bishop. To be honest, at this point, even if my opponent manages to take my knight, which now he cannot do it anymore, now my knight actually runs. Yeah, I mean, let's give a check. Now here his king was controlling this square, and this square was controlled by this knight, so I was not able to run. Now that my opponent actually left them, played this move, and then I gave a check and then just got back, now I'm able to take the rook. Now he cannot take with a knight because it was pinned. I will actually take his knight now, and we're just gonna get back. Now our knight will be free once again. Yes, how? Okay, we should probably just begin like this. We should definitely begin like this. Okay, so our opponent here threatens to take the pawn with the check, which is actually completely fine. We don't even have to defend it. We can castle. We can just go here, to be honest, and then okay, that's just a free knight. Yeah, as I have said, at this level it's all about vision. Like if you are seeing if you are seeing the mistakes which your opponent will definitely make, like it's gonna happen. Your opponent will give you free pieces, your opponent will make just crucial mistakes, blunders. So it's all about if you see it, because if you see it, you're gonna win games. So at this point, like learning openings and all of that stuff, it's not gonna really help you that much, simply because it's never going to basically decide the game. The games will be decided by the board vision and simple tactical awareness. As you can see here, my opponent does not really realize that I was threatening a checkmate, so we're gonna checkmate our opponent. Alright, let's check this game out quite quickly. Here, I mean, my opponent played okay in the opening. I do not really think that we made any mistake. I think that we played quite well. I mean, some grandmasters say that you should not really analyze with computer, but I like analyzing with computer. Yeah, as you can see, we played with 96% accuracy, and there were basically no mistakes. Like if you click learn from your mistakes, it's simply impossible, because this game did not have any accuracies, mistakes, blunders from us. I mean, it was a very easy to win game. Yeah, I mean, as you can see at this level, if you have the decent board vision, this is going to basically be the most important thing. Like decent board vision will just let you win so many games. Yeah, this is an England gambit which is playable, as you can see. At the lower levels, let's not check out the 2000 plus games. Let's just see till 1600. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, the winning rate is actually quite balanced. It's almost 50 to 50, so it's not unplayable, especially at this level. Of course, you can play England gambits as a master too. As you can see, there are some masters who played this and actually won this, because it's playable. If you know what you're doing, it's completely playable, but it's also quite easily refutable. Alright, so here we just improve our knight. I really like to play this move here because not only I'm threatening queen, my opponent also has to make a mistake, has to make the decision. The most natural move probably is this, but here I can take, and if you're gonna take with a knight, not only is your king quite open, and this diagonal is also at some point approachable, free for my queen to basically deliver some threats. Your queen, your knight is also pinned, so it's definitely a very comfortable position to play for white. It's probably +2, yeah, I mean, it's not unplayable, it's not like completely losing. You can definitely play it. Here we just improved, developed our knight. Here I was thinking about c5, c4, which as you can see is actually not that good. Maybe takes, now c4. Okay, yeah, now it's much better, but it's really not that important. Just improving your knight is completely fine. Here, as I have, this is probably a mistake at least, because once I trade queens, I'm developing my knight, I'm threatening this nasty check with a fork, and I'm also preparing my long castle with a check. So there are just so many things I can do, and so little things my opponent can do in this position. So here my opponent just blundered the bishop, which quite often happens because they do not really see the backward moves. Like, they do not see that my knight controls all of this stuff too. So here we go back. This is a fork, but it's completely fine. We know that we're gonna lose one of our pieces. I mean, technically you can go here, but yeah, I mean, you're still gonna lose one of them. So if I'm going to lose it, at least I'm gonna take one pawn. All of this stuff happened here. I played e3 as I remember. Now this is a decent move for sure, and this is probably one of the best moves my opponent has ever played in this game. Or maybe this would be better, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine, it's not bad. So here we just developed our bishop with a pin. I mean, at this point I don't really have to do anything other than like simply do not blunder anything. If I don't blunder here, if I even make some little mistakes, I will still be able to win. Of course, we're gonna just trade and then get my knight back. And yeah, I mean, now it's +12, and I'm not going to review this game any further, because if it's +12, you gotta win. Okay, that's it. Like, there are so many ways to win when it's +12. You cannot basically lose if you are not very bad. Okay, that was it for this video, and I will upload some more videos too.